Hi, Alan Sides back one more time, and this is kind of a continuation. I had this question, what do I do to get ready for a mix? And there was a couple of points that I thought were important I needed to continue to pass along. So if you can, be sure to look at the first one, the first YouTube video I did, and this one is a continuation. And one of the things is I was talking about monitor volume levels. And this is a critical thing. If you are mixing, finding that what I call it a very comfortable mixing level. And to me, that's probably 85, it might be 90 dB. And I mark it on the master pod, this is where it be, the master monitor pod. Then I find a louder level, which is typically in the 102 range, and I'll turn it to that and say, this is the level where I see, is everything big, is everything wide, is my track have the punch that I think I need? And once I've got that assembled, I turn everything back down to the 85 dB level. And generally, that's where I am most of the time. And I'm setting all my vocals in place and my guitars in place. But here's the important thing is, once I've got everything balanced to where I want it, then I turn it up to the louder level, and if there's any word that's harsh or the vocals a little loud a section, I hear that very clearly. And I correct those things, and I turn it back down to the level, and it sounds almost the same. And the other thing too is, if there's any one element, be it guitar or a vocal that's harsh, it kind of ruins the mix. When you turn the mix up, that one harsh element comes in, it ruins the whole thing. I did a system for Steve Aoki that I designed, and Steve is a pretty amazing producer on his own. And so when he creates this music and it's being played loud in the club, he needs to know that there's no elements that are harsh and are ruining his sound. So he can pre-check everything in his studio before he leaves and knows that it's right. And so I definitely need to hear it both ways. I need to hear it at a pretty good level, but I also hear it soft. And the other thing I'd say is, if you continually change your monitor volume while you're mixing, you can easily lose your reference of where something should be. Guys, the vocal too loud, is the vocal too soft, it's not enough, and you can really get yourself in trouble. So finding a level and staying there is really important to making your mix easy to do. And the other thing I didn't talk about is harmonic content that's evenly balanced. What I mean by that is, if you have a super clear, crisp vocal, but the piano is dark, and then you have drums and one cymbal is too bright, or acoustic guitar and it's a ribbon mic and it has no air, so you've got all this mismatch of harmonics. I'm always very careful to make sure that all the instruments have harmonics that match in the extreme high frequencies and the mid-range, so that everything blends and sounds like it belongs. So sometimes also I'll get recordings where I've got a solo trumpet that's recorded in 3 different rooms and it sounds totally different on each thing. And so I'll have to create EQs for every single section until I can make it sound even, make it sound symmetrical throughout the whole tune. And I think that's part of being a good mixer, is being able to get everything to balance in such a way that it is harmonically even, that everything is balanced. Because say that you do have instruments, some are too bright and some are dull, it doesn't all balance. If you go to master that and say that maybe the vocal's a little dark but everything else is really bright, if the mastering engineer goes to add high end, then everything else becomes too bright, and then if you get the vocal where you want it to be, then everything else is wrong. So getting all the harmonic content balanced is really important, and I just wanted to pass that one along. Also, if you have a chance, please subscribe to our new YouTube video channel. I'm going to answer a ton of questions. Thanks.